Hey guys, so welcome back to another episode of the Halfway Point. If you look at the screen, I'm pretty sure you're like, wait a minute, this isn't iRacing. Yeah, we're gonna jump in and do a little Forza Horizon 5. Just drive around, give you my impressions, and let's go. Now for you guys who have the Moza GS wheel, as you can see, it does work with Forza Horizon 5. There's a bit of a setup. I have to be honest, I'm not a big fan of these arcade racing games, only because they're simply not very realistic in the handling. I feel like this game is much better when using a controller. I feel like this game was tuned for that, albeit you can see that I'm using my Husingveld sprint pedals with the Moza GS wheel and R9. As it, it would work with the R16 and the R21. The setup again requires a little bit of manipulating, which Moza is actually nice enough to provide in their setup guide. So if you go into the Moza Pit House app, you'll see that there is a configuration for many of the different games in their scroll bar on the right. When you click on Forza Horizon 5 and you click on configuration, it's going to take you to their website where it's going to allow you to have the setup. So they're going to give you the link for the VJoy app. They're going to give you the link for their Forza MU wheel, and it's a folder that has the Hush software so that you can mute and unmute the wheelbase and wheel, and also has the Forza GS, or the emulator for the wheel for the force feedback, and just to get it to work. I will be honest, some of the buttons don't really seem like they work properly. When playing this game, I still have to use mouse and keyboard to exit and move around the map. I can't really use, I can use these to look around, but I can't really use them to navigate the menu, select different options when in the menu. I can get to the pause screen because I've mapped the pause button, but I really can't manipulate much. But again, if you want to play Forza with the GS wheel, yes, you can dive through the settings. You can jump in and make a bunch of different updates. You can map different buttons to do different things. And again, you can see clearly that I am driving and it is working and doing what I want it to do. I have my steering set to 360 simply because I was playing some iRacing. Anybody who's on my channel knows I love iRacing. I love the W12 formula racing. So, that's kind of where I am most days. My son absolutely loves Forza Horizon. I actually liked Forza Motorsport far better because I like racetracks. But again, I know there are a lot of people who like this game, and I think it's cool. I think some of the elements of it are pretty fun. But when you're wanting to play a sim game, and you really want to get out there and race, this is not that game for that. Although I will say, jumping in a car, driving across, Mexico is pretty cool. Obviously, I don't know if this is like the real roads in Mexico because I have never been. But if this is anything like it, hey, it's pretty cool. One of these days I'll get down there to visit on a vacation with the missus. Oh, off-road, 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 off-road. Alright, let's get back on the road. Oh. I broke through the gate. Let's pick up some speed as we bust through. Alright, let's get back out there. So, as you can see, I've got my actually little phone here I'm using as a rev limiter and shift. Oh, boom, crash. Boy, I am really not doing great here, am I? Let's put the heads-up display on the screen as well. So you can see just how fast I am going. But yeah, we're just driving around, you know, really getting the feel for this Moza GS wheel. Now, with this setup, I do have the traction control on. I do have the stability control on. Like I said, oh, almost hit a deer. And almost got T-boned by a car. But I'll just drive around and let you hear the car. Hope you enjoy. Ooh, looks like we're going off-roading. Oh, getting a little wet there. A little more water. See if we can find the road. Oh, this is a road. Ah, and here's the road. I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't see the road in there. I totally missed that one. Let's find the road. I will say, I love the way that sounds. Ooh. Again, my license should be revoked. Oh. You know what? Let's rewind that. Actually, let's switch cars. Let's take a look at a different car. As you can see, I don't own a ton. But let's do the Ford Escort. Get in car. Let's go driving. Oh, no, 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 no. Whew. Almost died, y'all. I would have flew off that cliff, and it would have been the end of the halfway point, which some of you may actually be rooting for. Ooh. Do a little bit more driving. And again, as you can see, it works just fine. Like again, being that this game is not really made for wheel driving, I would love to know how you guys do in this game with the wheel. Because I've played this game with the controller and it feels perfectly fine. Woo! Threaded the needle there. All right. Let's try one more car and we'll call it a quits. And I'll let you guys see again that it does work. Let's go back to something fast. Let's see. Let's go back to that McLaren. I really am digging the sound of it, the speed of it, the handling's nice. Let's get back in. How often in life are you going to be able to say, yeah, I drove a McLaren around Mexico at about 200 miles an hour. Crashed into a few people. Went off-road. And didn't get a speeding ticket. I'll be honest, I am really feeling this gravel through the wheel. Now I have my settings in the Moza pit pretty high for gravel and dirt, only because when I'm playing iRacing and I hit that gravel, I want to be able to feel it. Although, and again, in iRacing, I'm not playing any dirt tracks. But look, I am going almost 200 miles an hour in Mexico and lost it completely. Let's get back to the road, wherever she may be. Let's just figure it out. We'll drive a little bit more and we'll call it a night. Okay. An off-road track. People cheering. Interesting. Oh. Alright, let's see what we can get up to on the road. And see if we can catch up, pass, and get to 200 miles an hour. There we go. 201. 205. And we're off the track. Well, there you go. Forza works quite well. If you enjoy this type of game, Moza GS and R9 base will support it. Again, with a little additional help, because it's not natively supported. So VJoy, the force feedback emulator, and Hush works fine. Once you get it up and running, you should be good to go. So if you have any questions about how to set it up, just let me know. Hit me in the comments. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this. Hit that like button. Again, if you dislike it, let me know why. And have some fun. Get out on the road. Get Forza Horizon 5. Set it up with your Moza GS. And have some fun. Have a good night. Later.
The man may not be on the top of his form, but he can still make himself useful.
Ah, come off it. No need to mock the grave.
I don't like the grave.